Hi guys, welcome to Supercar Driver TV and our first episode looking at members' collections. Today I'm here with Jack, who's going to give us a tour of his awesome car collection. Right then, first up, shall we start with the Porsches?
Yeah, this is a Porsche 928 Sport S4. It's one of only 14 manual Sport S4s in the UK. It's really rare.
So it's the first one in your collection, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is the first one in my collection. It's guard red with pinstripe red leather seats. The modern day equivalent to this is, of course, the Panamera Rs. It's got 4 seats.
This is actually probably prettier than the Panamera as
well. Well, yeah, I believe it is. It's covered 120,000 miles, this car.
Wow.
And recently it's been restored fully, nut and bolt restoration, and it goes first time, drives like new.
Very nice, right. And then going down the line, got 2 Ruby Stones.
Yeah, so here we've got 2 964 Ruby Stones. This is a Carrera RS, that's a Cabrio.
Yep.
The C2 is very rare in right-hand drive.
Especially, everyone seems to love the Ruby Stones as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So there's definitely a sort of a cult following for those.
Yeah, I think there's no more than 10 C2 lightweight Ruby Stones, so it's really rare.
Does it come out very often, this car?
In the summer, gets a run out, maybe 2 or 3 runs out. Both from the air-cooled era of 911s.
Yep.
The really low mileage, less than 10,000 miles. They've both been restored recently as well.
To be fair, you don't see many right-hand drive RSs, do you? At all? So that's quite cool. And this car, obviously you said that it had a recent restoration.
It's had the exterior done and it's had the interior done as well. So the interior is just like new. Yeah, they both drive wonderfully and they're both kept investments, but they do get a run out. They're not.
Which is your favourite out of these two?
I think it's got to be the C2 lightweight because this is an auto.
Right. Okay.
And this is a manual.
That's a proper driver's car.
Yeah, and this is like a race car, pretty much race car for the road.
And it sounds good as well. Which
yeah, it's a tasty soundtrack.
Right, so next up is the Countach.
Yeah, Lamborghini Countach 5000 QV.
Reveal this. Wow, it's a stunner.
It's a very rare example in Rosso Mars. One of only 14 cars.
It's good, they've got a proper poster car this, isn't it?
Yeah, and the styling does not look outdated. Can you imagine this being on the road in the 1980s?
No, I can't, amongst all the Ford Sierras.
Yeah, it just looked ridiculous. It's only done 12,000 miles, this car.
Right, okay.
So it's low mileage relatively. It's the best variant. I believe it's the best variant because the 5000S, which was the earlier model, that was not very reliable and it looked quite ugly as well.
And the 25th anniversary was not very pretty.
Yeah, that was pretty naff, that, without the wing.
This is a proper poster car. I think most people had this and the F40 on their wall when they were younger.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not completely standard, this car, is it?
No, it's fully stock, except for the Lorini exhaust.
Which is ridiculous,
yeah, it's ridiculously loud.
And what does it sound like? Is it?
When you get it going, get it on song, it does sound quite tuneful, but running at idle, it just sounds like a World War II aircraft, you know.
And then it sounds like almost like gunshots on the overrun as well,
on the overrun, exactly.
Right then, what have we got here?
Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale. Very rare example in Argento Nürburgring silver.
Without the stripe as well?
Yeah, as well. They're quite rare nowadays, the non-striped cars.
Yeah, they're going for silly money now, aren't they?
Yeah, and especially because this is right-hand drive, and it's very low mileage, and it's just, again, it's another investment.
To be honest, it's quite nice in this colour. It's a lot more subtle than some of the cars that are red with the tricolore stripe on it.
Yeah. But I think it looks nice without the stripe.
Yeah, it does.
It looks, is it the term like a sleeper? So it just looks like a normal.
It looks very understated, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's not used very much.
What's it like to drive?
Well, it's got the first generation gearbox in Ferrari, so it's quite slow, but when you get it on song, it's quite good. But going round, like, you know, through traffic and all that, it's not very good because it's like, you know.
Yeah, it's built for the track.
Yeah,
or
and I prefer driving manual Ferraris to do.
Right then, what have we got next? These two family smokers?
Yeah, these are the family bosses. First we got the Audi Rs6 Avant.
It's clearly well used.
Yeah, it's daily smoker / dog boss for taking the dogs to the vets. It's the older model with the V10 twin turbo producing 592 horsepower as well. And I believe it's the best variant of the Rs6 they made because they managed to cram a V10 into there, and then the next gen they put a little rubbish V8 in it, you know.
Yeah, girly V8. We don't like
that. Next up we have the Bentley Super Sport. I believe it's going to be, well, it is the best variant of the Continental GT.
Good investment.
Yeah, it's destined to become a classic because it's before the facelift, and I think they're going to remodel it to look like the Panamera shortly.
Right, okay.
So when that comes out, this has got to go up in
This
value,
is a timeless shape, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
And it's obviously the best variant.
You won't be able to tell it was made nearly 5 years ago, would you?
No, you wouldn't. And it's got the different wheels on it, I see.
Yeah, it's got the Overfinch. I don't know, I think it's 22-inch rims on it. Yeah, so they're not standard.
Yeah, they fill the arches a lot nicer actually. And,
yeah.
And you do see a few of these, so it's quite nice to have a slightly different look to it, I think.
Yeah, it's got it's like a dark grey with the black accents in the lights.
And this is your mum's car, did
you
say?
It's my mum's daily smoker, this. She likes it.
Nice.
Using it in the summer, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And this replaced another Bentley, didn't it?
Yeah, we just had a... my mum, had a silver Continental GT.
Right, okay. Right then, so what do we got here?
Mini ERA Turbo. Bought this at an auction in 2015. Bonham's auction came up, never seen it before, so I thought, why not? It's low mileage. One of only 500 produced, so it's a good investment as well.
Yeah, it is a very good investment. It's quite an iconic car, this.
Yeah, you're right, and it's quite good to drive as well. I mean, it's only got 100 horsepower, but it's got the big turbo on it as well. So there's lots of turbo life.
So it does explode into life, does it?
But it does get going when you get into high revs.
Have you taken it to any events or anything yet?
No, I mean we've been out for a few drives around the block, but
I think you've got to bring it to some of the SCD events, I think.
Well, yeah, we got it late last year, so we haven't really had it out that much because of winter and all that, you know.
And you say it's got the optional Liberty Walk kit on it as well?
Well, yeah, it's just, you know, with the flared arches and the big bumpers, you get that sort of idea, don't you?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Maybe
very
all
cool.
come from Japan, don't they? So maybe
this
Liberty
belonged
Walk.
to. It came from Japan, didn't it? From
this was owned by the chairman of Rover Japan. So
got it out of his collection and into yours.
Yep, that's right.
Cool. Right, SLS next.
Yes,
when did you get this car?
Just January this year.
Right, okay.
This is the most spec SLS ever made.
Right.
So it's got the special order paint job.
Yep.
And it's got custom blue Designo interior, leather obviously, and it's got blue carbon on like the sills and
it's really unusual that. You never see that.
And it's got the optional extra wheels on it, so it's not the standard wheels. It's got,
to be honest, these are a super good investment at the moment, aren't they? Because it's the
last, especially this one, because it's just such a high spec. It's 50 grand over list.
And they only made about 500 right-hand drive cars, which is unique. They won't ever do another Gullwing car because of health and safety.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think this is the better car out of the SLS and the AMG GT, just because of the doors.
You can't compare them, I think. The other one's got a tiny little engine.
And this is naturally aspirated as well, so it's a quick car and it sounds nice. And it's got the whole lot. It's a masterpiece.
And you're never going to lose on it money-wise either. So, cool. Right, what's next? Right then, so we've got the best car in the world next.
Ever, bar a Tesla, according to you.
Bar a Tesla, yeah. And F1, McLaren F1, but...
Yeah, and every other car.
Anyhow. So how long's this been in the collection?
This has been in the family as long as me. 14 years this has been in.
Right, okay.
My dad bought this car after owning several, Ferraris, Lambos, Maseratis. So he just lost a load of money, so he thought, well, what am I going to get that can tick all the boxes and then
won't lose money.
Yeah, won't lose money, exactly.
So how much was this, if you don't mind me asking?
He bought it for 140 grand, which is the price of a new 550, considering they're now just under £1 million.
Fair play. And obviously it is a proper poster car, this, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's completely original. It's never been painted. You can see the weave.
Yeah, you can.
It's never been raced either. And it's the only exception is that it's got a tub exhaust on it.
Right, okay.
And the original exhaust is kept in a box up there.
It's a little quiet, isn't it, standard?
Yeah,
so.
it's got a bit of the standard exhaust is, you know, it's a bit tame, a bit quiet, but the tubby it gives it a bit more volume, but it still keeps the soundtrack there.
Right then, Ferrari F50s, as if one wasn't enough.
No, 2 in the collection.
So which one came first?
Red one came first.
Right.
I traded in a 2,000 mile 355 GTB.
Right.
Lamborghini Murcielago. And a 550 Maranello.
Fair play.
2-3 years ago, and since then it's almost trebled in value. So.
You definitely bought this at the right time.
Yeah, it's rare as well. UK supplied. There's only 12 of them in the UK.
With one previous
owner. One previous owner. It's got all the documents, all the luggage, and it's even got the original letter from chairman of Ferrari. Wrote to the first owner.
Wow.
Congratulating him on his purchase.
And this is obviously a proper race car, isn't it? With
yeah.
The 1990 Formula 1
Yeah, because of course
engine.
The engine was bolted directly to the chassis.
Yep.
And even the next model after this, the Enzo, they went back to just doing the normal configuration instead of this because it was just so expensive to make.
And then the engine is special, isn't it? It's because it's literally out of John Lacey's Formula 1 car.
Yeah, it's out
90s.
of the Ferrari Formula 1 car,
yeah,
I believe. And of course it's got straight pipes, so it sounds just like it as well.
It sounds ridiculous, to be honest. I'm sure you'll fire it up for us in a bit. But
yeah, but the only issue with this car is when you're driving it on long journeys, the engine's so close to the tub that it's just like the whole seat vibrates if you're sat in it.
That's quite nice, though, that you get that feel.
Well, it's a bit of a pain after 3 hours on the road, you know.
Have you got intercom?
No, just get deafened each time, really.
But what's the attention like from other road users?
You get people staring at you, people waving their fists at you, get people smiling at you, you know, get people cutting you up.
I suppose it scare horses, this car, doesn't it?
Yeah. You get women running into shops with the babies and all.
Listen, so how did the yellow one come about?
Well, I got this last summer. Galileo Modena.
Very rare in this colour, isn't it?
Yeah, very rare colour. It's low mileage as well. I mean, this one, I don't think it's as good because it's got the stock exhaust on it.
Okay. But then you're just going to keep it completely
yeah, just keep it
standard.
just completely stocked. I use this one more than this one.
Right, okay. And so the exhaust is standard, you can still see the weave, and again, it's another great investment.
Yeah, it's
and was
a
this
great
a UK
investment.
registered car, do you know?
Yeah, I think this is UK supply as well. It's one of the 12 in the UK. So.
Fair play, and 2 of them are here. Very rare.
Yeah.
Cool. Right then, so here is the Ferrari Fxx. This is quite a unique thing to have in the collection, isn't it?
Yeah, especially considering that it's the only road legal FXX in the world.
How did this come about then?
Well, I bought it when the car arose at a Paris auction, Bonham's auction.
Yep.
So I just jumped at the chance really when it arose. And when I realised I could make it road legal, Sent it back to the factory. Cost a fortune, but eventually we got there.
It takes about 6 months or something as well.
Yeah, it took maybe 7 months.
You got it back literally on the day of the Red Arrows event as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that was right. 6 o'clock in the morning, then we took it straight to the Red Arrows.
Never driven it before, straight on the motorway.
Got it with Guy Martin.
Yeah, if you've not seen, I'm sure a lot of people have seen that video already, but didn't he say it was the fastest car he's ever driven? Well, fastest thing he's ever
Yeah, he did say
been
that,
in.
yeah. And the changes, of course, you probably all want to know this. It's the suspension. So the ride height's been increased.
Yep.
Cooling, obviously, because it's a race car. So if you just left the standard cooling on, leaving it in traffic, or it just burn out.
Yeah.
So it's got bigger fans going to the engine.
It's got obviously lights on.
Yeah. Brakes. So they had standard ceramics, the race cars, and they're only effective at 200 plus miles an hour. So it wouldn't really be good, going through town. So it's got carbon ceramics on it now.
Okay.
Engine remap as well.
So what power is it running at the moment?
It's running 875 horsepower at 10,000 RPM.
To be honest, having this on the road is totally insane.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to drive on the road.
It just constantly wants to go.
Yeah, you need a gentle right foot, because if you're not respective of the car, then it'll just lash out. And
to be fair, you brought this to my wedding, didn't you? And you took me out after my first dance. I ditched the wife and straight in this for a ride around Windermere, and it was just ridiculous. Every car you came to were just pulling over. The noise was shattering windows, I think. So it's just nothing like it. What are these things up here, actually?
These are the stickers. They got these stickers every time they did a course clearance track day.
Okay.
So it's been to five
days.
Track days. It's
where did this car come from?
Well, it came from Japan because the owner that originally bought it was Japanese, and then obviously sold it to the Bonhams. So it's been to Suzuka and Fuji.
Okay.
So it's not been driven a lot. I mean, you see FXXs with stickers just like completely taking up half the windscreen because they've been on so many track days, But this is just like another carefully used example.
Okay, and what events have you taken this to, or are you going to take it? Where can we see it this year? If someone wants to see this car, where can they see it?
Well, this has already been to Carfest North last year. It's been to your wedding. It's been to the Red Arrows Day. This year it's going to VMAX, which is
in a couple of weeks,
the 9th of April, so it will just be next weekend, I think. And it's going to the Red Arrows Day again, and
hopefully Carfest maybe.
Yeah, I think Carfest again, or maybe Chumley Pageant of Power.
Yep. Oh, mega.
But it's all weather dependent, of course.
Are you going to fire it up for us as well?
Yeah, I'll do that later on.
Because it's just ridiculous, isn't it? What is it?
It's a 512 BBI.
Right, tell me about it then.
Made in 1983. It's injection BB, so the others weren't injection, so it's quite a rare example. It's Ferrari Fxx as well, certified.
It's mint. I've never seen anything like it. It looks like it's better than when it came out of the factory.
Yeah, it's got a huge box full of paperwork as well for it, so it's a great example.
These have rocketed in value, haven't they?
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago they were about 60 grand, and I think this is about 300 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going up in value. It's an investment car. It's not for using this one.
So you won't be bringing it out? We won't see it on any events then?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Right, I'm bored of this now. Should we go?
Yeah, let's go. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.
See you later.